and
Kiki.
then everything went wrong.
It was all that
So
yoni power.
Why?
yes, exactly. So I'm gonna call up this video now here, and Kiki, tell the people a little bit about yourself while I do that.
Oh gosh. Oh boy. Okay, well,
Go
I am
on.
Mama Funk's. Look, I'm Mama Funk's daughter. I've been with her for over 20 years. Musical
Wow.
child, I'll say musical child. And over 20 years, I went to Juilliard for classical music
Mm.
and then expanded into all of these various forms of music and art. And now I'm here today with all of these beautiful, I have to say Pura Fe's name as well. That is so beautiful.
Pura
Pura
Fe.
Fe. Yes, Pura Fe. And Sunflower, it's such a pleasure to meet you.
Soulflower.
And yes, Soulflower, excuse me. Look, I don't have my
It's
glasses
okay.
on, y'all. Let me put my glasses on. How about that? See, I am the wild one. I'm the wild child, okay?
Yeah.
And my sister, Miss Sophia. Okay, I can see y'all now
What's
too.
up? What's
So
up?
Yeah.
that's I do a little bit of everything. That's it.
Yes.
We
Well,
do what we do.
I think I fixed my sound now, right?
You did.
Yeah,
Yes.
it sounds
Yay.
great.
Okay. Fabulous.
Yeah.
So Soulflower, Empress of Hip Hop, tell people a little bit about yourself.
Um, I've been a hip hop artist for a few decades. I don't really say the number anymore.
It don't matter.
No.
Hip hop artist and activist. I've been producing and working with other artists. It's all about, creating music that stimulates the soul and raises up the vibration of the people. Um, I'm now working with a bunch of young, what I call my soul babies, and we'll be releasing a project on them. I was honored to work with Nona and Hank Shockley and with Berkeley, which was amazing. And I deal with Berkeley a lot and the students at Berkeley. So I was able to bring together a lot of the Berkeley artists and the performing arts, high school artists, and create a project to usher in the next generation of amazing super soul babies. So that's my journey right now. I'm also a healer and a counselor. But yeah, I've been in the music for a very, very long time.
All right.
Wonderful. So that's us. We're all here. And
Yes.
this is the music. When I asked Sophia and Kiki and Soulflower and Pure Fe about creating something that was represented a sacred expression from each one of them. And I'm going to start that now. Hope you enjoy it.
I'm as tight as a drum, and my feelings are somewhere inside, beating hard against skin.
Mm.
Y'all better watch out. Oya is coming with machete in hand. Y'all didn't listen to Mother Mary in times of trouble speaking words of wisdom. No. And even when Beyonce showed up as Ochun's messenger, y'all still put your fingers in your ears and said, la, 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 lock her up. You really think the goddess in all of her manifestations was going to allow you to continue to rape her and abuse her? Even the gods warned you of this day. Phew. Even Jesus knew when they threw his best disciple under the bus and called her a whore that y'all couldn't handle the divine feminine. No time left. She has arrived in the voices of Waters, Abrams, AOC, Presley, Talib, Omar, Porter, and Warren. It's time to shut your mouth and listen. Your time is up. Or y'all scream, will whip up the winds and blow all your nonsense away. Hiya hoya sile kono hoya hawade ala kwe yo mariwo hoya de. Half a brain trying to refrain, you're dying for affection. I only learned how to shut it down so long ago. Only safer when I play the game of blaming on my father. I can't forget that the bitch set up the fall. What did she know? What did she know? But what I do know is that I'm busting from the pressure. But what I do know is that I'm trying to be holy. And what I do know is if you feel that, won't you show me it's alright? It's alright. Cafe days is all I hate. It's depression I go through. I pop a pill when I'm not ill to ease the pain away, pain away. I can't commit when you're not legit and expressing your emotions. I can't confess or profess I know it all. What do I know? What do I know? But what I do know is that I'm busting from the pressure. And what I do know, yeah, is that I'm trying to be holy. And what I do know is if you feel that, won't you show me it's alright? It's alright. Placatism, your possession. Fill my mind with ill obsessions. Well, I've only my worn out legs to cry. Do you believe in the goddess above, who tames the beast with the lightning of love? Or do you really feel that it's alright? Playing sane, staying in the game. Well, it's all a rave. Believe it's true, it's all you know. It's alright. It's alright. It's alright. It's alright. But what I do know is that I'm busting from the pressure. And what I do know, yeah, is that I'm trying to be holy. And what I do know is if you feel that, won't you show me it's alright? It's alright. What I do know is that I'm busting from the pressure. And what I do know is that I'm trying to be holy. What I do know is if you feel that, won't you show me it's alright?
It's alright. It's alright. It's alright. Yeah, yeah, why, yeah, yeah, why, yeah. Oh, yeah, see, like, oh, no, oh, yeah, yeah. Oh, yeah, de, like, oh, Mario, ayo, ayo. Oh, yeah, de, oh, yeah, de. Yeah, yeah, why, yeah, yeah, why, yeah, yeah, why. Oh, yeah, de, yeah, de. Oh, yeah, de. Oh, yeah, de.
Hi, it's Pura Fe here, coming from the northern Saskatchewan boreal forest. This is traditional Dene country, a lot of Cree and Cree Métis all live up here, and they call it Treaty 10. Very beautiful. Anyway, I'm going to sing 2 songs to you, and it's made into one song. And the first song is called Woman Sacred, and the second song is called Sacred Seed, which comes from a creation story. In Iroquois, or Haudenosaunee, sacred, cosmology and creation story. Anyway, coming from Indigenous roots, and my mom's family from North Carolina, my dad's family's from Puerto Rico, and coming from a whole matriarchal system, and it's only been 500 plus years where we were infiltrated and colonized in the Western Hemisphere, and our entire value system was changed, and that's the balance that's completely off with colonization and patriarchy, which has taken over the entire earth and beyond. So this song is for the natural world. This song is for the women. This song is for the children. This song is for our men. This song is for everything. And I just want to say thank you for bringing me here. Here we go. Young woman, delicate baby girl. She's the grandma, she's the mother of us all. Sister, cousin, auntie, loving wife and friend. She's the first teacher and back to the earth womb again. She is the sacred door, life and death pass through. Nothing is born without female sacred star, sun and moon. Beyond the worlds from the great mystery, she carries forth and brings it in you and me. She deserves all the love and respect. Nothing comes close to her worth. She's our mother, she's our earth. We gotta lift up high, honor and protect. She gave life to everything. She's our whole universe. Yeah. Sacred. You cannot cut down, change, stop or beat what creation intended her to be. Sacred earth, sacred woman, sacred tree. Well, she's beautiful, made to give life choice to be free. Free from war, free from hate, free from men's possession, greed, exploit, and rape. When there's enough of her to feed and free the world, we gotta take care and teach all the baby boys and girls. She deserves all the love and respect. Nothing comes close to her worth. She's our mother, she's our earth. We gotta lift up high, honor and protect. She gave life to every I think she's our whole universe. Yeah. Hey, a woman sacred. Sacred seed, DNA, the memory of all time. Mother's twin sons recorded code creates all the circles of life. Falling seed plant and conceive, the up and down worlds collide. Over and over come the sacred birth, the blood, earth, the sacrifice. A spinning orbit, Escanye, magnetosphere, dancing flight. Expands Turtle Island, Pangea, stands skyward by tray of light. Well, yeah. Star, sun, and moon coincide, control ocean tides together. Thunder, rain, fire, and hurricane, four winds and begin forever. Within each seed is a universe, within a universe. You and me and everything that breathes is connected to the sacred seed. Sacred seed of DNA, the memory of all time. Mother's twin sons recorded code creates all the circles of life. Yeah, 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 oh, yeah. Oh, oh, yeah. Oh, yeah, yeah. Hey, mama. Hey, mama. Hey, mama. Hey, mama. Hey, mama. Yeah. Hey, mama. Ba-bum, dug-it-oh. Hey, mama. Hey, mama. Yeah. Hey, mama. Ba-bum, dug-it-oh. Hey, mama. Hey, mama. Yeah. Hey, mama. Ba-dum, dug-it-oh. Hey, mama. Yeah. Hey, mama. Yeah. Hey, mama. Yeah. Ba-dum, dug-it-oh. Hey, mama. Yeah. Hey, mama. Yeah. Hey, mama. Yeah. Ba-dum, dug-it-oh. Hey, mama. Yeah. Hey, mama. Hey, mama. Oh, woman sacred. Hey, mama. Hey, mama. Hey, mama. Thank you very much.
Greetings and welcome to Nona Hendrix Presents Rock Sacred Women's National Storytelling Day. I'm Kiki Hawkins and I would love to share my story with you. It's about my grandmother.
In 1980, I spent the summer with my grandmother and we went to New Psalmist Baptist Church. That's where she signed me up for the children's choir. And I was singing and the choir director came over to ask if I would like to sing the solo in church the following Sunday. My grandmother thought it was a great idea, but in my 7-year-old head mind, I was just like, okay, whatever. So me and my grandmother, we went home. We practiced the song for the whole week. She wanted to make sure that I knew the lyrics, that I knew the melody, and that I felt comfortable. And I asked her, I said, Grandma, if I'm singing in front of the church and it's a lot of people there, I'm gonna be scared. And she was like, oh, baby, don't worry about that. The Lord's got you. The Lord's. I mean, I can laugh about that now, but that's exactly what she said. And I said, okay, well, I'm gonna keep practicing the song. So we got to church that following Sunday, and as we were walking down the aisle, some of her friends were like, oh, hey, Hannah. Some of the male friends were like, hey, Miss Collier. I actually had to cut my eye at one of them because I was like, don't be talking to my grandmother. But it was time for me to sing the solo, and I was the shortest thing, I think, in the church. And they wanted to put me on the floor, but unfortunately, you wouldn't have been able to see me. So the pastor, Reverend Dr. Walter S. Thomas, he had me come up into the pulpit so I could sing God Has Always Stood by My Side. Here we go. God has always stood by my side. He has always been my guide when my friends walked away and turned back on me. He stood, yeah, right by, yeah, right by my side. I sang the rest of the song and the church went crazy. My grandmother, she was standing there looking at me and she was so proud, so proud. She came up to me after church and she said, baby, you sang that song. You sang that song, baby. Oh man, and every time I would see her thereafter, she would always have me sing that song. God has always stood by my side. Until this day, I hold that song close in my heart. I think about the last few days that I saw her before she passed. And she asked me to sing that song again. And I sang it to her, and I looked in her eyes and I said, Grandma, I love you. And she said, you know I love my Kiki. Rest in peace, Grandma.
Peace and blessings. My name is Soulflower, Empress of Hip Hop, and I'm honored to be a part of Sacred Women Rocks. Thank you so much to the amazing Nona Hendrix for having me. There is nothing more beautiful than sacred women rocking together, creating together, and raising up the vibration of the people together. This first song I'm going to do is entitled Lightning Thunder. Lightning Thunder is about sparking your soul, stimulating your soul, and filling yourself up with that solar power to become a force in this world, like lightning, like thunder, to move the earth, to move the people, to move the air, to use the elements. And I was super next level honored to collaborate with my aunt, with our aunt, Betty Wright, who is the essence of lightning thunder. She's forever here with us. And every time I play this song, you know, my eyes water and I conjure up her energy. I feel her. So to Betty Wright, one of the most powerful forces still in this world, this is for her. This is for you. Lightning thunder.
Time to unite.
It's time.
Oh yeah, oh yeah.
Time.
With buildings burning, terrorizing tribulation, and the tables turning, compromising situations, seen a unification come through the struggle of the children, and the blessing come from the rising of the sun, cause love rules all things, no other supersedes, giving life in the light like the mother when she breathes, giving birth to the earth and the four corners, praying for the veil to be lifted on the many mourners. Have no excuses not to feel this love raining from the high, from the galactic roots, heavenly fruits growing inside, in the DNA and chromosomes divinely engineered by the cosmic chemist system, the inner outer sphere. If you can't hear, cover your ears and feel the vibration of thunder. My purpose upon this plane is to take the people higher, forever to the limitless light. I throw my light to in the air and ignite the lightning strike. When you walk in the light, do what is right. When you stand up and fight,
It's time to ignite.
will you walk in the light? Will you do what is right? Will you stand up and fight? Will you walk in the light? Will you do what is right? Will you stand up and fight?
It's time to unite.
Lightning, thunder, lightning, thunder.
Stand up and fight.
I'm here to help lift up the spirit, not debate on the mind state. Political games that stagnate. I live in the now, I can't wait. My ship set sail when the Soulflower seed was sown. My tribe is with the oneness of the high, let it be known. I and I fight for the light and press the up the staff and soar with the army of the 144. Heed the roar, you've been warned. Not fighting wars of man, money, and greed. The only reward on earth seen, no need for jealousy, thinking that money leads to power of man and mastery. Ironically, he's enslaved and only love can set him free in times of tribulation. Focused on pain and separation, turn your struggle into power and use it for motivation. The building of the nation, not time but life will waste in non-believers and deceivers. This is the truth you're facing. The scripture of the soul will keep the world from going under. Now light it up with lightning and then sound it off with thunder. Will you walk in the light? Do what is right.
When you stand up and fight, said it's time to ignite. When you walk in
Lightning,
the light,
thunder,
do what
lightning,
is right.
thunder,
Stand up and fight.
Will you walk in the light? Will you do what is right? Will you stand up and fight?
Said it's time to unite.
Lightning, thunder, lightning, thunder.
Stand up and fight.
In this serious time, not striving to save the world with rhyme, but consider I a farmer planted seeds of cosmic trees. While you wake up, go to sleep, wake up, go to sleep, and in between the lines of 9 to 5, set the track to repeat. Time for an uprising, look to the horizon for the colors of light. Not black and white, we rep the colors of light. Spiritual warriors, your mothership is here, so get aboard, rising collective consciousness through the lightning thunder storm. You walk in the light, will you do what is right? Will you stand up and fight?
It's time to ignite.
Will you walk in the light? Will you stand up and fight? Will you stand up and fight? Will you walk in the light? Will you do what is right? Will you stand up and fight?
Said it's time to unite.
Will you walk in the light? Will you
Stand up and fight.
Will you stand up and fight? Will you walk in the light? Do what is right. Stand up and fight.
Said it's time to ignite.
Will you walk in the light? Will you do what is right? Will you stand up and fight? Will you walk in the light? Will you do what is right? Will you stand up and fight? Time to unite. Will you walk in the light? Will you stand up and fight? Will you stand up and fight? Very right. Force of nature. The most sacred woman rocking. debts, honors. We love you, Auntie Betty. Let me know. It's time.
This next song I'm going to do for you is entitled Young Girl, and it is about wanting to stay on path, but, you know, young girls having low self-esteem and giving into temptation and falling off path, and their whole life changes based on making wrong choices and experimenting in their young lives. It's tricky out here, but we have to stay strong. I'd like to bring in my beautiful young queen, Seraphim Irene. She is the light of my life, an up-and-coming artist, and she's gonna bless you today. This is Seraphim. Bless.
This is the story of a young girl searching for her place in this place, trying to get a little peace in the peace. Thought she was alone in the world, had no one around, tearing up the temple, and she's steady drifting down. Her only reason for breathing, wrapped up in a man who's wrapped up in more women than the earth is wrapped in land, and didn't understand that you get in what you put out. Goes around, comes around, undisputably, no doubt. Breathe in what you breathe out, breathe it in again. The cycle has no end, bring it back to the beginning. Never been in love, always think that you're in love, wanting so much to be loved, even if it's just a hug. Sweep the mess under the rug, convinced that it's clean, rather call the man your man than to dirty up the dream. Puppet this and that to escape reality, to be allowed to be like the beetle, let it be. If you see yourself as beauty, maybe it will set you free. Enough is enough, young girl, breathe.
Young girl, young girl, young girl, caught in the world. Young girl, act so tough. I know you had enough. Young girl, young girl, young girl, caught in the world. Young girl, road's been rough. I know you had enough.
Many would say loving him was easy and leaving him was tough, but leaving him was easy and loving him was rough. Lines of lies so thick, Bushido blades couldn't cut. Boot camp relationship to show her what was what. Now she's a samurai of the soul. Let it be told that she was willing to give, but he took, and now she shook with the bulletproof vest for the heart. For those who play the parts of villains won't catch feelings, but you catch a poison dart to the head. That's all she said. Been done wrong, too many to mention. Now she's fed up like the locks, twisted up in knots, built a wall around her heart to hide out like Fort Knox. Remember hopscotch, throwing rocks, now throwing back scotch on the rocks. Playground turned battleground, jump rope to gun smoke. Going got tough, the tough got down. Fairy tales for weed smoke, Mother Earth revolve around the sun.
Young girl, young girl, young girl, caught in the world. Young girl, act so tough. I know you had enough. Young girl, young girl, young girl, caught in the world. Young girl, road's been rough. I know you had enough.
Trying to rise above temptation, but temptation tries to take. How can a princess rise when her mind she underestimates? The pressure's great, sacrificing skins and souls. Wounds from the war, a woman with a body full of holes. Manipulation of man and innocence was gone. Attempting to belong, although she knew it was wrong. Regret wants to forget, but the seed has been sown. Innocence lost in the darkness, cornered in a chokehold. The same sad story told since the beginning of time. Wish that she could push a button, bring it back, come rewind. But time we can't control, take what it throws and grow. Struggle is supposed to be the strengthening of soul. So she reached inside her essence, so she felt it was gone. But with the life growing inside, it will live forever long. She was 16 with a dream of the sun, hopes of finding love. Lived a little life and had enough. Enough is enough, is enough, is enough. Enough is enough, is enough, is enough. Enough is enough, is enough. Why you wanna do that? Why you wanna do that? Whoa, 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 why you wanna do that? Do that.
Young girl, young girl, young girl, caught in the world. Young girl, act so tough. I know you had enough. Young girl, young girl, young girl, so tough. I know you had enough. Young girl, young girl, young girl, caught in the world. Young girl, road's been rough. I know you had enough.
My baby. An amazing Nona Hendrix, true legend, for having me here for Sacred Women Rocks. You are a true Sacred Woman rockin', and you've paved the way for so many of us on this path in these times for so many years. So give thanks to you. And in these challenging times, I just want to remind everybody that life is about making choices. The only real war that there is right now is the war between your higher self and your lower self. And understanding that every moment is a choice. And that choice is to raise your vibration or to lower your vibration. So to protect yourself, to keep your vibration protected and raising it up at all times, make sure that you make choices that will do that at all times. Do the things that bring you joy, connect with nature, create. I'm gonna close out this set with an acapella for you all to help stimulate your souls. Bless. My tears accumulated through the many years used to be rooted in the many fears. Now it's clear that I am overstanding of divine plan. This is already written up in the dry sand. I am the motherland, soil always fertile. Disrespect my body will be futile, one with the sun, and I've been around for a while. Ancient to the future, but my time is always right now. Tears from my people who don't activate their souls, choose to be in shackles, population control, Monsanto, GMOs, WMDs, boom. Shop at the grocery store, but they don't sell food. So what do you do? What do you eat? How do you live with no meat? Soy estrogen makes you feminine and the burger's so cheap. Soulflower planting seeds to feed the seeds, it gets deep. Get off the grid, grow your own, leave a legacy. Sustainable, sovereign society, invest in the souls, the gold, and the property. Create conscious community where our babies can be born free. No HMOs, epidurals, just a hot tub or a tree. Just a bird and a bee, activation of the soul seed. Love is my religion, vision, no war and no greed. Love is my religion, vision, no war and no greed. In it to win it, but gotta begin it here with just me. Save the world means saving yourself. Now just breathe. Bless. Soulflower, Empress of Hip Hop. Bless you all. Love.
I'm as tight as a drum, and my feelings are somewhere inside. Beating hard against skin, what's keeping the pain in and alive? I'm as hard as a rock, but my heart won't stop keeping time. Cause it's not made of steel, and the walls that I build, love can climb. Women who fly don't have this problem. Women who dream don't stay too long. Don't stay too long. Women who fly.
So, yes, let me turn you back on. I have Kiki, Pura Fe, I have Soulflower, I have, I think, I can't see Sophia.
I don't see her either.
You have to bring
Did
her
we
back
lose?
in.
Yeah, did we lose her?
Yeah, she said she lost her Wi-Fi connection.
Oh, okay. There she is. There she is. There you are.
Oh, okay. Oh, yay.
Yeah. Yay. Yay. Gotcha. So, ladies, let me take away this so that we can come back in here.
Yes.
And it would be lovely, and I think I figured out how to do the solo thing so that a Pure Fe can be like front and center. Let me see if I can do it. There you are. There you are. So, but I want to have just a little bit of a, see if there's any questions that some of the audience would like to ask you. But while we're doing that, I just have to applaud
Yes, ladies,
all
this
of
was
you.
beautiful. Oh, this
All of
was
you.
beautiful.
Oh,
Yay!
Seraphim. Hi, beauty.
Yes,
Hi.
Seraphim. Oh, that was
So nice.
beautiful.
Young girl, young
Yes.
girl. Really, really, really wonderful. This, just all of this beauty and energy and, you know, uh, the words, the thoughts that you all expressed. And so I'll just go around the box and I'll start with Pure Fe, just being able to talk about a little bit more. You shared so much in what you shared, but we have some time. So if you want to, because I know that there's been a lot of concern about the missing Indigenous women, and there's a lot of not coverage of that, and the things that you expressed in some of your music. If you wanted to share a little bit more about that, that is a huge concern. And
Sure. I guess one of the things to point out that most of the women and children that are going missing, it's very tied to the industry, with fossil fuel industry, because pretty much 75% of natural resources are on indigenous land worldwide. So you have what they call man camps, where they set up, where they work. And so there's a lot of trafficking and missing women and children, and a lot of drug trafficking and just horrific stuff. And I live up here where I am, as beautiful as it is. So that's pretty much one of the things that is very important for people to know, that it's tied to the government corporations and
yes,
private family corporates. And yeah, so with the logging and all the fossil fuel, all that. So yeah. Yeah,
yeah,
there's a lot to say, but that's right there.
yes,
I'll hold it so everyone else can speak.
yeah. So
But
thank you. I wanted to bring that to this sharing that we're doing, so that some of what you, the four of you, did tonight is about healing, and being able to, if there are young women out there who may be not able to express for themselves, that they know that there are people here who know, who are aware, who are looking to be of service and of help to them. So, your music is powerful, and and you use it with the lyrics that you write and create. You use it to reach people with the message. So thank you so much. I will go to Sophia. Sophia.
I enjoyed everyone's performance. It was beautiful to watch. But I am inspired, since it's storytelling day. I'm inspired by Kiki, because I was gonna, I was thinking about what we've been talking about sacred women, and when Kiki told her story, oh my God, it kind of brought me to tears. So I'm here in Puerto Rico. I'm in this Puerto Rican bedroom, as y'all can see, right? You see that? All right. That's my, you see this bed? See how old this bed is? Anyway, so I'm in Puerto Rico, and you know, I have to give thanks to my grandmother.
Yeah.
And one of the things, when I was a child, I used to suffer from a lot of earaches and strep throat, and I had developed an accumulation of fluid buildup in my ears. By the time I was 12, I had lost 40% of my hearing because of the fluid buildup. So I had to have an operation done. I was going to have tubes placed in my ears and have my tonsils removed. And my mother didn't have health insurance for us, and the procedure was going to be over $800. And I was raised in the Pentecostal church, but you know, being Puerto Rican, it's Pentecostal, but there's also like Santeria involved, you know, so it's never quite always about Jesus. So at any rate, my grandmother, I had gone to Pentecostal church with my grandmother because my mom took me to the Catholic church, and I swear to God, I was having flashbacks of past lives, and like I felt like I was burnt at the stake in the Catholic church, and I couldn't go anyway. She forced me to go to church with my grandmother. So I went to church with my grandmother. My grandmother said to me, "Don't you have the faith that God can heal you? Why are you gonna? Your mother doesn't have that money." And she put me to task about it. She's like, you go to church and you all speaking in tongues and dancing in the Holy Spirit, and you don't ask God to heal you. So we ended up going to a special service, to see this preacher that specialized in healing prayer. And my grandmother was there. My mother was there at this special service. And at the end of his sermon, he said, "For those who've come for healing prayer, please come up to the altar." And hundreds of people went up to the altar. And my grandmother said, "Well, come on, let's go." And we went up, and my grandmother stood in front of me, and she put her hands on my face, and she said, "You can be healed. You just have to have faith." And my mother stood behind me with her hands on my shoulders, and we started praying. And when I tell you that I felt this heat come out of my grandmother's hands, and then I felt this Shakti Holy Ghost spirit go up my body, up my spine, and out my ears. And I kid you not, all of a sudden it was like my ears popped like I was on a plane, and everything got louder. And my grandmother felt that moment because she looked at me and she said, "You're healed now." And lo and behold, the next day was Monday, and I was going in to be admitted into the hospital. And the funny thing is, I had these two, this is something out of a comedy. I had these two, I had this ENT doctor who was Jewish, who wore yarmulke and clogs, and he had a twin brother who was also an ENT doctor. And he looked at my ears and he said, and he looked at my thing. He called his brother in. They were both looking in my ears. They were reviewing my chart and my history. And they were like, Mrs. Ramos, have you taken her to any other doctors? Have she had any procedures done? And my mother just looked at me, and I looked at my mother, and I said, "Oh my God, Jesus healed me." I'm telling these Jewish doctors that Jesus healed me, right? So then what happens is that they're bugging out. They're saying there's nothing wrong with my ears, right? And they call in this specialist, this woman, okay, a sacred woman healer.
Okay.
This older woman, she comes in and she checks my ears. She checks my chart. She looks at me and she says, "What happened to you, young lady?" And I told her what happened. And she said, "Well, gentlemen, Jesus healed her." And then she proceeded to tell them a story about healing and her journey and her years as a doctor, that she had seen miracles happen. And she said something that stuck with me. She said, "This young lady believes it was Jesus. I believe it's just the energy that people can tap into." And when she said that, is when I realized at that moment that it was my grandmother
Mm.
And I'm not
Mm.
trying to be all sacrilegious here and blasphemous and rag on Jesus, but the reality is that it was my grandmother's faith, and it was my grandmother's power, and it was her tenaciousness and her strength. And she dragged me to that church, and she was the one who had her hands on my ears, and she was the one that felt it when my ears popped. She felt it. I didn't say a word because I was in shock, and she felt it. And I just want to give thanks to all the grandmothers who have healed us and who continue to heal this world, and who have the faith and who have the strength and who have that power, and they know it and they know how to use it. And I'm so grateful for that. And I really think that we have finally reached the time, at least here in the Western Hemisphere, where we are recognizing our power, and we're just standing up and we're saying, we are here, healed. We are here to heal, and we're just doing it. So that's my story.
Thank you, Sophia. Thank you. You know, it's yeah, there are comments that are going on that people are responding to that, responding to the stories that, you know, that we're all energy, that, you know, all the things that we as artists know and feel, and as we're performing and sharing with people around the world, and that, you know, that it transcends all that other stuff when we do our work, when we do, you know, it's hard to hate when you're dancing.
Right.
It's hard to hate when you're singing and sharing in the way that we do, or to you know, and the things that happen to us and to an audience as we're doing it, you know, that energy that we're sending back and forth, right? It's taken in, and it's turned in, and it's sort of like a sympathetic resonance. It sort of goes around and around, from me to you to Kiki, to you to Soulflower, to Pura Fe. You know, it just keeps moving. So thank you for that story, Sophia. I'm glad that Kiki brought that out for you.
Thank you, sis.
Yeah.
That's so beautiful.
And Soulflower, you want to say, you know, we lost Seraphim. She was like, okay.
No, she's a super nerd, so she has work to do. She like does homework when people are having fun. That's what she does, you know.
Great. Good. So say a little bit more about, you know, because it's so much a part of what you do, and your, you know, you make, you know, like sacred food, create things as well, you know, just in that side of things.
Well, I mean, you know, as I spoke in my set, that we have to make choices to raise our vibration or lower it. I strive to make choices to raise my vibration. I'm not perfect, but, you know, I strive to make those choices in everything that I do. So, you know, the food that we eat is going to raise our vibration or lower it. The songs that we choose to receive, the music we choose to receive is going to raise our vibration or lower it. The people we choose to be around, you know, same thing. Every single choice that we make is about that. So my life is about that. I call myself a super soul. So everything I do is about emanating and pushing out my soul frequency and stimulating, activating, and raising up everybody's soul frequency that I come into path with. So yeah, I strive to do that with the music, working with the soul babies, all these children out here, the elders, of course, the food that I create, you know, everything that I do is about that.
Yeah. Thank you so much. I mean, I've been loving what you do from the time that I'd heard about you before, but when Hank brought you into the project at Berkeley, it was just, you know, he was what we were doing, which is the beginning of a project that is into another iteration this year. But a lot of what you did and what Hank did set the tone for this project and about a new being, and what you expressed in your spoken word in that first performance when the new being was being formed, still informs a part of what we're doing with it, although it's now becoming a virtual reality project. It's
Everything.
it's virtual reality, it's all the same thing, but the message that you brought to the birth of that character really was very special in that it brought together the ancestors that brought that new being into being, the family tree that is an extension of it, and all the other elements of it. So thank you so much. It
Yes,
really was
thanks.
important.
Yes,
Yeah,
thanks.
thank you.
I love
Okay,
that.
yeah, there's more. I'll let you know more about it as
Can't
it's
wait.
coming to next few weeks. It'll come to fruition. But Kiki, tell us a
Yes.
story about your grandmother, and you're a mother,
Yes.
of a young lady now who I've known
Yes.
since she was a teeny tiny thing
In my stomach.
in your stomach.
In my stomach, yeah.
And so just but you maybe say a little bit about what you're passing on to her from your what was passed on to you.
Well, what I can say is that I'm passing on the messages that my grandmother, my aunties, my just women in general, we're such an influential part of this whole ecosystem and life and being. And I'm just blessed to have encountered such strong, determined, loving, caring, nurturing women, and to be able to show my daughter how to live with integrity, how to live with intention, how to stand in her power, and how to forge forward, because there are always going to be blocks, but I think it's just how we interpret it. And so that's what I just try to emphasize to her. Use your own mind. You're drawing from a long legacy of women that have brought us to this point, and we're going to carry us into the future. It's inevitable.
Yeah.
It is inevitable.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. Well, thank you. Thank all of
Thank
you
you.
again. And I'll take us out with as we began, or we were going to begin. We eventually got to that beginning. Sophia in Puerto Rico, Pura
Thank
Fe
you.
in Saskatchewan. Where are you, Pura Fe again?
Saskatchewan.
Yes,
Northern
Saskatchewan.
Treaty 10.
Okay, great. Thank you. And Soulflower in Boston, out
Yeah,
now.
I'm in Boston right now.
Yeah, and Kiki in
Up in
Harlem.
Harlem.
Up in
Harlem.
Harlem. Yay, Harlem. Go Harlem. Go Harlem.
Gotta put a dance on it. I see you.
You know?
Go Harlem. I also
See, that's what women do. That's what we do.
That's what we
Yeah.
do.
You know, we put a twist on things.
I want to thank Asa, Love Child,
Yes.
who
Yes.
did a lot of the promotion for us, and
Yes.
she's got her camera off, but in the phone. But I'm thanking her. I brought her in, and
Thank
I
you,
thank
Asa.
Joy. I'll bring Joy
Thank
in.
you, Joy.
Thank you,
Joy's got
Joy.
her camera
Yes,
off,
Joy.
and I also have to thank, of course, the person who really helped make this possible, our executive producer, Joanne Chase.
Ah,
Yes,
Joanne.
Joanne. Thank you, Joanne.
And also Joanne's niece, who recently passed and went off into is Jolene, was the woman who was in the collage over Woman Sacred from Pura
Yes.
Fe, and this was to, I think some of her family are on here tonight, and it was a way to help Jolene's spirit travel
Give
safely.
thanks.
Yeah.
Yes.
So
Yes.
it was
Yes.
important to do that tonight. Okay, and I, all of you.
We have to say
Stay-
thank you to you.
Oh,
Thank
Yes.
you.
no,
Thank you, Nona.
We love you.
Thank you, Mama Funk.
you know, all these things are presents to myself, you know, and I'll work on getting it right so we don't have to have the sound issues and the other issues and the, you know, and the people on Facebook didn't, I think they missed it because I didn't start it when like Facebook closes you out if you don't start it in 10 minutes,
Oh,
right?
boy.
But I think they hopped over to YouTube. So
Okay.
thank you all. I love you all. And I'll see you again soon.
We love you too.
Yeah.
We love you too.
Love you.
And love each and every one of you sisters. Peace.
Same,
Yeah,
same.
Yes. Yes.
Bye.
Stay connected. Love.
Bye.
Okay.
Oh.
Thank you, Nona. I love you.
You're welcome. Thank you. Let me take this down and it's going to do that. Do that.
Oya sile con foya.